Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Jeff Walker Books Discussion, and a Happy New Year. It is now officially 2023. This is the 1st of January when I recorded this. So I'm just going to discuss about what's to come for this year. In 2022, I did not do a whole lot. I rebranded or reconfigured a few books into hardcovers. I didn't do a whole lot of writing. I hadn't pushed anything new in that year, and I kind of regret it. At the same time, it was a lot to get the other books completed and redone. I just finished doing the Long Lost War Special Edition. There's an added short story that I put into it, and a snippet of the next book that's coming. So I'm still waiting for that book to be delivered so I can have a finalized look at it. Unfortunately, it got delayed in Quebec on its transition. So I'm still waiting for that to come back to me. But this year, I'm hoping to push out more. I already am almost finished the Jungle Planet. It is nearly done. All I have to do is finish one more chapter, and then the epilogue story arc. The epilogue, and then it's done. And then the process begins of me editing, looking, and getting that book out there. I'm kind of hoping it would get there before March, but we'll see how it goes. I'm still working my day job, so it kind of interferes with my process. But I'm not going to make an excuse for that. This year, I really want to push out more. So I've got that one going. I'm trying to push out more of the books I want to get out. So, but right now I want to focus on the Jungle Planet and get that one done and out there. I would have to say that when I was in the competition for the SPSFC, second competition, I'm officially out. And but my book is still listed on their website. So officially, I'm still kind of within their competition borders, and it won't be when the final book is announced. Then the whole competition ends, and another one will begin. So I'm hoping to get the Jungle Planet into the next competition, and I'll try again. And when I was doing the competition, I was hoping to get my other book, Your Service is Required, into it. But for some reason, I chose with the space story. And I kind of wondered if I should have put the other one in, making it unique. But something told me that it probably still wouldn't get through. And I had a tough group this year. I think the group I got were mostly based in the UK, which is fine. But I kind of wish that they had done what the other teams did and kind of reviewed, even though it was like only a small portion they read. Even the other teams, when they were talking about the books that they were reviewing, they kind of gave a little heads up of what it's about and what they thought of it. Every team was doing that except mine. And I don't know, I guess I'm a little bitter about that, but I can't say that, I kind of wished it was like that. They made no promises about that sort of thing, so I don't blame the team especially. I understand that other people have lives and they have other careers, and the one girl, I think she was writing a book, and so I can't fault them on that. But I think if the next competition comes up, they should make that another requirement that they at least give some exposure to these books. A lot of them are on the YouTube channels, and I'm like, I can't find anybody to do mine on the YouTube channels. I don't know what it is. I'm not getting enough exposure, I think. But, I thought with this competition I'd get a little bit more exposure, and sadly that did not turn out to be the case. If anything, it's still mainly hidden. I'm trying to push it out. I'm trying to find more outlets to get my books noticed. So I think the more books I do, the more I will get out. So 2023 should be my year of getting at least maybe 1 or 2, maybe even 3 books out if I can. So we'll see about how that goes. I have so many books to write, and this year is just going to be crammed with stuff this year, I think. I do want to try to get back on track. I do want to try to get some novels out there, and even if they're just one-offs, or I do want to finish off at least one more Adventures of Deep Contact. I'm trying to get my mindset into focusing on certain titles, because I've kind of strayed somewhat, and I guess I felt I was overwhelmed with what needed to be done. And so then when I was focusing on the collecting of Outer Red, turning that into a hard novel, the Long Lost War Specialized Edition, and then I think I was trying to turn a lot of my other books into hardcovers, and I don't know why I was so focused on that, but it happened. I also finished a short story, The Immortality Complex, which I was trying to push. It was a short story. It did well. I think it did well. A lot of people seem to like that one. I've had a few bad reviews here and there. Well, not really bad, but they're not overly favorable either. But you're going to get that from time to time. There's going to be a few people that send in this rather random, strange review that's it doesn't really say yes and it really doesn't say no. And then, so you kind of wondered about what that means. I sent one to Kirkus, the Kirkus review. And theirs was one of those reviews where it was, I liked it, but I didn't like it, but I liked it, kind of like thing. So it's kind of like, I paid for that, and I wish I hadn't. Now I think about it. There are some times when you're so desperate for reviews that you'll pay. I don't think I was desperate. I was making an experiment, really. I wanted to see what would happen if I had, I wanted to see what they were going to say. And I was just interested to see if the Kirkus, everybody keeps talking about how it's the most recognized review and book kind of promo. So I did that, and then the next thing I know, I'm getting barraged with advertisement for, hey, why don't you pick this package and we'll promote your book. And then, it was like a lot more money. And some of them didn't even list what the prices were. So to me, that was just a big, that was like a catch to come in and just pay for services that you probably really don't need. And I'd like to tell other authors, beware of those kind of things. I did it just as an experiment, really. And now that I know, I'm not going to do it again. There are other places that you can go and do that. And there are services that you can pay to do reviews. So I'd rather do that than just have some company that's just trying to suck you in to spend more. This year, I really want to try to bolster my books and get them more noticed. So 2023 is going to be interesting. Now we should be discussing what everybody's discussing right now is about the whole AI situation, the AI art, and the AI chatbots, which are creating these. I don't know what I want to call it. Kind of like they can tell you a story out of the blue, give you you just put down a prompt and ask what kind of book can you write me, and then it'll write a book for you. But when I tried it, it didn't really write a book. It wrote a snippet or an over kind of like an outline, if you will, and it really wasn't very good. I mean, the way that they wrote it sounded interesting, but really it's just borrowing on different aspects from other books and other stuff that's already out there. So AI still isn't perfected yet. So I don't want people to think, oh no, this is the end. AI is going to write books and nobody's going to write books anymore. You can't compare that to human thought. AI will never be able to have any sort of purpose in its existence to justify writing or imagination. It doesn't understand imagination, and it never will, because it doesn't grasp that. And if some way, future-wise, they figure that out, then we can start going, oh God, we're doomed. But right now, no, they're not. They're still stupid. In my mind, they're still dumb. I did write a book about the AI taking over, and it just proves to me that I was right in the way I did that book of Your Service is Required. The AI can only do so much, but there's humanity is a unique experience, and they will never be able to be us. So, and even AI art, is it justified to put it in your books and stuff like that? Well, for right now, yes, because nobody's really found a way to keep that from being exploited. So I don't see why it shouldn't be a problem. I mean, obviously, you want to hire artists or you want to try to do the art yourself, which I've done a few times. I've made my own covers, to be honest. And I know that some of my covers are good and some of my covers are bad. But hey, at least I made a cover. It's on there. And, it's doing what it does. I've seen a lot of bad covers, and yet the stories are amazing. And I've seen a lot of bad covers for classic books, and they still do amazing. So it's really not about the cover sometimes. I mean, sometimes it is. It's visually appealing. As long as you can catch their eye with the words and the some of the graphics, then that's great. But don't assume that the cover is the end-all, be-all. It will never be the end-all, be-all. The book is what gets people talking. So there's my advice for writers. Don't worry about the covers. Get the story perfected. Hone your craft. And just, try your best with the covers as much as you can. But if the book isn't as cohesive and something that readers want to pick up, then you've got to rethink your strategy on that. I've had a lot of good reviews. I've had a lot of good talk about my books. And right now, The Jungle Planet, I've put the chapters on Royal Road, which is kind of like Wattpad in a way, but much better. I've actually put the chapters up there as I'm writing it, so I can get more information, more reaction. And I've had better reaction, actually, for that one. And it seems to be going in a good direction, and I think it'll be done sooner rather than later. Like I said, I've only got 2 more chapters to go, like one chapter and an epilogue, and I'm done, thank goodness. It's hard to write a story of novel length when you want to get it out there, because it takes a long time. It's not like I just sit down and I'm writing chapter after chapter after chapter. That would have to make me focused fully on the story itself, and I just can't do that because I have a life and I have things to do, and I would have to be stuck in a room writing nonstop. I only did that once, and that was for The Long Lost War when I first fleshed out that entire novella. And even then, I felt like I was neglecting my family and my life, and it was something I don't care to repeat. So I just have to do it in increments, chapter by chapter, if I can. Most of the time, I can only get like half a chapter out, and then I'm busy for the rest of the week. So that's what happens when you've got a busy lifestyle. But this year, I hope to at least crank out more. I hope to write more chapters as I go, kind of devote more time to writing stuff I can. That's my goal for 2023, is to get those books out. And I hope that, everyone tries to have a good year this year. As you can tell, I'm still a little sick. I was sick over the Christmas holidays, which wasn't fun. My wife was sick of the Christmas holidays, so it wasn't a good end of the year, that much. I think for this story, I really want to get it out by March, at least, and we'll see if that happens. Either the beginning of March or the end of March, somewhere around there. I do want to get this book out there. So when I made the promise of sending it out 2023, I put it on TikTok that my book will be out in 2023. I didn't really put a specific date or a specific release time. I think I will try to make a pre-order for the book, and I may not go through Amazon for this book. I may not use the Kindle, because Kindle really hasn't done much for me. And I think it's time to start other areas of pushing this book out, publishing-wise. I may go through Draft Digital and just kind of shoot the book out from them and see how that does. Draft Digital always sends it out to Amazon anyway, and Apple, and all the other aggregators, and then there's they've acquired Smashwords, so I just put all my books on with Smashwords through them. I already had an account, but then I started deleting the account of stuff, and now it's all with Digital to Draft. So far I haven't seen any good results from that. Maybe one sale, but that's pretty much it. Pretty much how I was doing it with my other account. So hopefully 2023 will be my year of getting it out. And for sure, when the SPSFC 3 starts up, my book will be there. Hopefully I can get it in time. So, that's where I'm at now, and I think if all goes well, that'll be the case. It should be an interesting year. Science fiction is a hard thing to get noticed. I've noticed that a lot of fantasy novels have increased, and now I think it's I know everybody hates the word oversaturated, but it is. It's become overly done. Fantasy is just so done. I honestly have no interest in it. I started trying to write a fantasy novel, but then I'm just like, I'm not going to do it. It's just too hard to write for something like that, and it all ends up sounding like Conan anyway. So hopefully this year will be the year of science fiction to break on through again. We got a lot of movies heading our way. We've got, the Star Wars stuff trying to push through still, and God help them. Disney is just not doing well with that department. Hopefully, the new year of Mandalorian is good, and hopefully that Ahsoka, the series, will do well. And I've heard there's other ones trying to turn into series, which I kind of wish they wouldn't. I was hoping that movies would be a thing again. So let's hope that a movie is in the works for that. Anyway, so that's it. 2023. Glad you're here. Hope everybody has an amazing year. I hope all the other authors do have a prosperous year this year. And I hope everybody comes to read my stories and my latest book, which should be out soon. And I hope to hear your review, to hear your thoughts on the book, and I'll talk to you again some other time. Thank you so much. This has been a Jeff Walker's Books discussion. If you like this program, please subscribe. And if you want to read more of his books, The Long Lost War, The Massive Planet, The Mysterious World of Professor Dark and Miss Shadow, please visit his website at jeffwalkerbooks.weebly.com. Please, if you feel the need to review one of his books, he would be ever so grateful that you would. You may go and visit it on Amazon or anywhere else where books are now available.